There's some cops standing around. Yep, it all looks very official. Yep, this is an actual terror event. Now, the major indicator that this was a bit of a rush job was the inconsistency in the reporting. So you read down there, 9 seconds, the Amsterdam attacker was shot dead. But as you find out later, they say he was severely wounded, and then they say, oh, he wasn't severely wounded. So the misreporting and the accuracy of the details indicates that, look, they just had to get this thing. They brought it all forward. They went into panic modes. Meetings were had. So that's one of the indicators that this was brought forward, and it's a false flag. So getting into the story, a teenager who attacked 2 American tourists with a knife in Amsterdam Central railway station was shot by Dutch police just 9 seconds after the incident began. They're really pushing that 9 seconds. I think that's the angle they were going with, to show that, look, all of our terror measures are working. It's interesting, they don't identify the 2 American tourists. In fact, if you look at this, respect privacy of victims in Amsterdam terrorist attack, US Embassy asks. What? No big teary interviews, no pulling at the heartstrings and starting up GoFundMe pages and fundraisers. They had to rush it. They had to bring it forward to the day after Gert. They hadn't had time to recruit, or if they'd recruited them, they hadn't learnt their lines. They hadn't got the script and got all the locations and what they're meant to do and to act out. So that they've just gone with, respect their privacy. Look, that's not to say down the track they will then get a script together and they'll make up a whole load of fairy tales and then have a GoFundMe page. But ordinarily, it's pretty quick when they get those things. In fact, not too many asked to remain anonymous. There's a lot of money to be made. The 19-year-old Afghan identified only as Joe and S. They're not going to fully identify him. Even if they've managed to get an actor into that position, they don't want anyone to be doing any investigation and, proving what they're saying is false. He's accused of stabbing the 2 38-year-old foreigners. See, they're foreigners, so that's handy. You haven't got locals because people might know them and, might go, well, gee, if they make up names, I'll say, well, no one like that lives around here. Sounds like they're made up. So they've just got foreigners. Just to get that distance always helps with anonymity. In an unprovoked attack after arriving in the city last Friday from Germany. So he's from Germany as well. He's from out of the country. So you've got the unidentified assailant from out of the country, and the 2 victims are also from out of the country. It makes it a lot easier. The Amsterdam Police Commissioner, Peter, I'm not going to say his name, told a Dutch TV program that the alleged attacker's abnormal behaviour had been witnessed by a public transport police officer. See, this is the fairy tale they've had to just manufacture at short notice, as opposed to, having a big backstory to him. They've just said, well, how do we get there and shoot him so quickly? Look, we'll just make up this load of garbage here. Have a look at that picture that they've got just underneath. This is the full picture here. So you've got the guy laying on the ground. Surprisingly, there's a knife over near a bag behind that guy. And he run and he's got shot. You can't work out exactly what's going on here. Where's the 2 injured people? Because he's only just been shot. It's been 9 seconds. For some reason, there's no photos of them. They're not in the frame. They've just managed to get this shot, which sort of makes it really believable, but this actually happened. He's still got his bag with him. He's got his leg up there. Now, as we know, he wasn't actually shot dead. So, all right, he might still be moving around as his shot's been fired. They're calling for help. They don't go into any detail as to which of the names of the police officers that shot him. They just go, and they say only one person spotted him, and yet here's 2 officers with guns aimed at him. They haven't got him handcuffed or anything. This is just like a real action shot. Must have only just happened. You got all the people in the background. It's the Central Railway Station. It's just busy as all crap. Where's all the people? They evacuated them very quickly. Got them fenced off. There's just a few actors, bystanders in the background to make it look real. There's no one on the stairs. There's no blood. Did he bleed from the shot? I don't know. He's just laying there. Let's have a bit of a close-up look of him there. All right. Okay, what's going on here? He looks pretty uninjured, really, apart from he's laying on the ground and there's a bike just around the corner there. Yeah, it's not exactly, what I would expect from what they've described, where you've got 2 guys with guns, but apparently only one guy shot him. All right, I think that photo's pretty self-explanatory. Find your own problems with it. There's plenty more there, I'm sure, that I've missed. Continuing on, oh, there's a caption at the bottom of that photo. A teenage terror attack suspect was shot in just 9 seconds after stabbing 2 US tourists. I think those bikes, I think they might have been the 2 tourist bikes that they wheeled down. Oh, good Lord. And they move lightning fast. Like, this is just after 9 seconds. The entire station's cleared out, apart from a couple of bystanders. The injured couple, they're gone. Their bikes are there, but they're gone. This is just, a lot happens in 9 seconds. Get clear of all this. So much debris on the floor. The knife, look, I've already been over that picture. You can see the knife there. You got to see that. That proves that this was a knife attack. It is understood the officer known as a spotter. There's 2 of them. One of them's a spotter baby, but they're dressed the same. And wouldn't a spotter have to be incognito, have to be covert? Where do these 2 guys come from? Anyway, have been trained to see potential criminals in crowds, such as pickpockets and potential terrorists. Multitasking. Is there a like a hierarchy there? If he's tracking a pickpocket, some guy looks like he might be a terrorist. Oh, am I still with the pickpocket? That's an interview with him. So what do you do? Can you not ask me any more questions? It's just made up bullshit. Again, like I said, the actual script they were preparing would have been a lot more comprehensive. This is just thrown together for the day after, as I said, and acted as soon as Jarwood allegedly attacked his first victim. Okay, so luckily this spotter's, I don't know what, they don't describe what his abnormal behaviour was. What, was he fidgety? They don't go into any of that detail because it's a lot of crap. All right, there were the 2 victims, and that is very serious. It is. But the number was kept to a minimum, the commissioner said. They got for the spotter. Within 9 seconds, it was 9 seconds again. It was over, and the officers, and there was more officers, made the difference during one precise moment, he added, stressing that they had saved lives. Photo of some taped off area. It looks all very official. Dutch police confirmed that spotter authorities, this is a caption underneath that photo, who saw the 19-year-old Afghan man's abnormal behaviour, followed him and leaped into action when he began allegedly. Well, didn't they shoot him? Why don't they just say they shot him? So they leapt into action. Did they shoot him? Did they stop him? Did the other guys with the guns shoot him? They never actually say this officer shot this guy. They just got to leave a fair bit out. The 2 American victims were left seriously injured, but were not in a critical condition after the alleged attack. Finish off the rest of that article. Goes for quite some time. There's a few other articles out there. I'll just jump to this Wikipedia article to finish off. I know Wikipedia is dodgy, but they've got some information you can use. So it says here, around 12:10 local time on 31st of August. Yep, that's when it happened. Reactions, the train station was very busy on a Friday. Well, it looked that busy in 9 seconds. Jeez. Looked very orderly and almost, staged? Yeah, it was. The attacker was identified as the suspect, 19-year-old Jarwood S. We're not going to find out his real name because he wasn't real. And just go to the bottom sentence there. When questioned by police, Jarwood claimed he committed the attack because he felt deeply insulted by a cancelled cartoon of the Islamic figures by anti-Islam politician Gert Wilders. So Wilders, they brought that forward, obviously, because this happened the day after, but in another article they say his defence lawyer says, he didn't realise that they'd been called off. That's why they brought it forward. This is, however, I think, Prime Minister added that people in the Netherlands have far-reaching freedom of speech rights, and the government did not intend to seek the contest cancellations. Well, they did. They wanted it cancelled, but they wanted it to be cancelled by the police, and then they could shut down Gert. But Gert took the initiative, as I explained all that earlier on. And in another article, they say there will be no changes to the Netherlands laws. Well, that's interesting that they say that, because if you notice that these terror events, remember they were coming thick and fast with Ariana Grande, Westminster, Nice, Minto here, Jimmy Gargasaurus, they're bringing terror laws in that. There's a couple in New York, and each time there'd be another law, an indefinite detention, and more surveillance. They got all their laws in place. So it was a bit interesting that this one actually came up, because other than just having a few arrests here and there to keep the terror real and ongoing, they had, some pictures of a train station, and they had to actually put some stuff together at short notice. And it was nothing to do with the laws; they're all in place. I don't think we'll see any extravaganzas anymore. There won't be any trucks driving down with what was his name? Richard Kutcher. He appeared at all of the he appeared at a couple, a German one and then the Paris one. He happened to capture both of them. There were no more extravaganzas like that. The Westminster, and they got away with it. There was a lot of holes in all those hoaxes. People pointed it out, but the majority of people just read the headlines and stupidly go, "Oh well, yeah, there you go," and that's it. So that's what these are about. So this one was an interesting one. I had to think about why they staged it and what it was about, but I think I'm right. Look, I could be wrong. If you agree, disagree, whatever, just let me know. All right, that's it.